Hello and welcome to Platform. I'm Fiona Neeranjohn and I'll be your presenter.
Can you believe it was 20 years ago that we were invited to travel through Platform 9 3/4 and people were reading and carrying around those huge Harry Potter books everywhere they went? Since then, Harry Potter has become a global phenomenon. And somewhere in Birmingham around the same time, a young girl was entering stage school with a big dream. Fast forward to 2016, and their worlds were joined as Harry Potter came to the theatre, and Cherrelle Skeete would play a new role as Rose, daughter of Hermione and Ron. Strong, wise, and incredibly iconic in her own right. But that's just the beginning. My name's Fiona, and I welcome you to Platform as we meet Cherrelle Skeete.
Cherrelle, thank you so much for coming on Platform.
Thank you for having me.
So Harry Potter, huge, global, everybody knows. You had this phenomenal opportunity to play this new character in the theatre, just breaking through barriers that personally I think should have been broken through a long time ago. But anyway, we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Why did you give the part up?
Yeah, like, I'm a jobbing actress. It's not so much about giving it up. It's been like a really amazing, full, rich year, and Rose has given me, like, I'm still finding out what Rose has given me, like, in terms of, not just in terms of jobs, it's more about, like, I had to step into my unapologetic self. Like, she put me in line with that, and stepping into that role of leadership in my own life. So I've taken all that, like, I'm kind of full. Helena Luco is boss, so she's killing it at the moment as Rose, and I'm the grandma. I'm the grandma, and then, like, all the girls that cover Rose, like, they're like my grandbabies.
Love it.
You know, it's not so much about kind of saying, well, this is mine. It's kind of like, I've done what I've done, and I feel really proud that I've kind of been part of the original cast as this new character.
Yeah.
And then feeling even more proud of seeing, like, all these other girls that are going to be stepping into that role. And I got to originate that. My name's in a book. I'm full, man.
It's admirable.
Do you know what I mean? I'm full. Like,
Yeah.
I can walk away with my head held high.
And also giving somebody else the opportunity.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's what I love.
So let's rewind a bit.
Okay.
Okay. So we've got a young Cherrelle
Right.
deciding that she wants to do acting.
Okay.
And now you come from Jamaican and St Vincent parents.
Yeah.
Okay. So how old were you when you decided acting is what I want to do?
It wasn't until my late teens. I thought I was going to be dancing, breaking it down in a Missy Elliott video. That was the dream. That was the dream. Like, I'm from inner city Birmingham, so I had my dance group in Brum, doing sick routines, going to breaking conventions, trying to spin on my head top.
Did it work?
Did
Did you spin on your head?
Yeah, like doing head spins and stuff like that.
High five!
That was rubbish. Let's do another one.
Oh, sorry.
There we
you
go.
It's
That
supposed to be
was
it's supposed to be the right side. But anyway.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, like, I came from a dance background.
Okay.
So I thought I was going to be dancing with Janet Jackson, with Missy Elliott, like, you know, crumping and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, and it wasn't until what kind of changed my world is when I went and saw dance theatre.
Right.
And I saw that there was a physical vocabulary which could tell stories, and I was like, rah, like, I want to do that. Like, there's something bigger than just making up not empty, but just kind of shape and form.
Yeah.
I realised that I started to become more interested in narrative. And I always loved performing. So, yeah, so then that kind of shifted the way that I was kind of choreographing with my dance group. And then someone started to talk to me about, have you heard about physical theatre? I was like, what's that? I don't know about physical theatre. So that's basically what you're doing. I was like, okay, cool. I was leaving college. I've been doing drama, A-level, did really well at that, really loved going to the theatre, and actually one of the first plays that I saw, which was an all-black cast, was the play that Noma was in, which is A Raisin in the Sun, which is one of my favourite plays. It's by a writer called Lorraine Hansberry, and it was the production that Noma was in that where she won her first Olivier Award. Mm-hmm. And I remember kind of watching the play, being so moved by the writing, by seeing a family that kind of looked like mine just be in a space, and, you know, dealing with just life stuff, and it was so beautifully performed, and it just changed my world. And that was when I was like, okay, I want to do that. I want to have the effect that that you know, people
in the audience
are feeling
like you're
feeling
feeling.
like, yeah, like, but I'm feeling like, wow, like theatre is literally life-changing.
So did you then go to stage school?
So then, yeah, and then I went to like a community theatre company, and they gave me a list of drama schools to go to. I was like, me, go to drama school? Ain't that for posh people? Like,
Posh people.
do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like me going to drama school.
What's
like,
posh people?
Like, you know, coming from inner city Brum, being a black girl, like I didn't really know anybody really from my circle that
Had done that.
You know.
Right, okay. Wanting to get into stage school, and then you're in there.
And then getting in.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't lie, it was a shock to the system. It really was.
In what way?
In the fact that, remember, I'm not from London, so I packed everything up, come to London, don't know anybody.
Right.
Just kind of found somewhere on Gumtree, moved into that room.
Wow.
And just rocked up. Like, I didn't go to Freshers Week or anything, so I didn't know anybody. And it was like, okay, these London people, okay.
They're not bad.
You're all right.
They're quite welcoming, actually.
You're all right. I mean, I've been coming back and forth now for almost 10 years, so...
Okay, all right, you got used to us.
Yeah, I got used to y'all, you know. I'm cool with y'all. Go against the grain, man.
So how did that prepare you to play Rose?
Okay.
Because there must have been some training. You know, we trained you. Us Londoners trained you to play Rose.
Well, you know what? It's when you get taken out of your comfort zone where you experience the most growth. So coming to London was really important for me to experience, you know, being anonymous and rediscovering who I was as an artist, who I was as a young woman, because I'm kind of, by this point, I'm like early 20s, and yeah, like I was literally just starting from scratch, starting a life from scratch.
Yeah.
So stepping into playing Rose, it was almost like, who is this girl? Who's this girl? Like I came with my own, my own judgments of this character. Like, why is she so bossy? Why is she so this? And to the point where I had to kind of realign myself. Like, why do I have those judgments on this girl that is literally just being present?
Can I just ask a question? So I just want to go back a little bit to the audition stage.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Because you've done stage school, you're in London, you've figured out who we are, and now you've got this opportunity to go and audition for Harry Potter that's going to be at the theatre. It's new. And I know I'm not allowed to ask you, so I'm not going to ask you about it, because it's not about Harry Potter, it's about her. But you know, your agent's called you up, told you that you've got an opportunity to audition for this new role. What does that feel like? How do you prepare? What do you do?
Well, it kind of was, there was a lot of uncertainty in that, because there was so much hush-hush around it, like, you know, keep the secrets. So I didn't quite know what I was getting into. I knew there was something around Harry Potter, and there was a play, but I didn't know what role I was auditioning for. I kind of just went in there and, you know, I was part of the workshop process, which was amazing, because I got to be in those early rehearsals when we're just still devising things and figuring things out with bits of cardboard. And
so you don't know what part you're actually
when I first
for?
auditioned, no.
Oh, wow.
That happens, yeah.
Wow.
That happens, because everything's got to be kept stum. I went in to read for actually Hermione, young Hermione. You know, I've got Emma Watson in my head. Of course. And yeah, so I'm reading these lines, but not knowing what I'm auditioning for. I did the workshop, had a bit of an idea.
How many of you are there?
In the
workshop, going for auditions? Because everybody has this vision, don't they? You know, on the television screen, that you're all standing in lines and you're looking at each other like, oh, I don't really like her. No, she doesn't get it. You know, that's the vision we have of auditions.
No, not with this. I think it felt very select. Cast and directors do not have an easy job. Directors don't have an easy job when you're compiling a team of people that are going to present the story. Yeah. No, I didn't have that experience at all with this. Like, it was actually, I always find it like, if I'm going up for a job and I'm seeing homegirl up in the room, like we're sitting there chilling, and like, hey guys, it ends up being like a little reunion. Okay. We're having like a little reunion, and I've made like some really close friends.
Amazing.
Who happen to be actresses, and we're all going up for the same job. Or like, if one of us gets it, it's like, yeah, we'll kind of message each other, yeah, one of us has got it.
Brilliant.
You know, and then we'll bump into each other on like another job, which is basically has happened quite a few times.
Okay.
And yeah, so there's this really growing, wonderful, beautiful sisterly community that is happening that I feel really, really happy and proud to be part of.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So let's scoot forward a little bit more. We get the phone call from our agent saying, you've got the part.
Right.
Where were you? How did you feel? What happened?
So I was on the motorway. I'd literally just packed my stuff into the car. I'd just finished 3 days in the country at the National Theatre, and because I was still based in Birmingham, so I was just renting my friend's flat for like a few months while I was doing that job. So yeah, everything was in the car, and I'm on the motorway, and I get the call, travelling back to Birmingham. And I'm like, and I was like, okay, all right. I knew that my life was about to change in the fact that, like, here I am on a motorway. There's something really significant about this, and I've got my stuff in a car, about to drop it off at my flat, and I'm still going to have to pack it all back up into a van and drive back to London. But yeah, that's how we do, man.
That's how we do.
That's how we do, yeah.
Did you have any idea how profound this opportunity was going to be for you now, for your future, for you at that time?
I mean, you know I'm going to say no, right?
Of course I do. That's the whole reason you're sitting here, is because you had no idea.
Of course I'm going to say no. Like, you know, with anything, I knew on paper, like you see it on paper and you're like, of course it's gonna be really cool. It's commercial theatre, great. You know, logistics is, because I'm a jobbing actress and I'm thinking I'm trying to stay in London and pay my bills. Great, like I've got 15 months of work. That's brilliant. I can support myself. Thank you.
15 months, yeah.
For 15 months, you know how it is.
I do.
We're freelancing, we're hustling, creative hustling out here.
So you
it's
keep
like,
calling yourself, we'll get back to that in a minute. I've got that written down.
Yeah. So, so I knew that was going to be great. I knew that Harry Potter was there. Okay, that's going to be great. But it's not until you experience it. And what has made the experience just so profound is the people. It's the people.
Now, I've got to put my glasses on because I need to be able to read what I've written down.
Yeah.
So J.K. Rowling's got a lot of flack for this, didn't she? You know, casting two black actresses, because we don't want to say actors, we want to say actresses, because we want to own that.
Yeah.
You know, how did you deal with the negativity towards that? How did that feel?
I think for me, because, like I say, I'm still like new in this industry.
Yeah.
For me, I was really affected, I think, by, you know, seeing the stuff in the media about, you know, my dear friend Noma, and I just couldn't understand. I was like, well, she's the perfect woman for the job. Like, I know where it comes from, like the people's hate and stuff, like, but it did kind of freak me out a little bit. It really did scare me, and I felt for her, but I knew that, you know, she supported, and like, with the barrage of like negativity that came, there was just so much positive stuff that came as well.
Because you turned your Twitter off for a little while, didn't you?
Yeah,
and
so when
all your social media.
when the pictures came out, just because I was just a bit like, oh, this is just like
scary.
It's a bit scary, you know, like your face is all of a sudden around the world and millions of people can see your face and they know your name, and I just was like, okay, yeah, I just need to have like a moment. Just give me a moment. So yeah, I came off social media for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm glad that I did that. And then when I came back, there was a few, like, you know, a few little shady comments here and there. But there are some very, very sad people out there that, you know, they feel as though they need to let you know about their own sadness, and that's okay. It means I'm doing something right.
I love that. I love the way you put that. You know,
That means I'm doing
about
something
their
right.
own sadness.
Yeah.
Lots of other people wouldn't put it so sweetly.
Listen, I'm working on that, you know what I mean? It's all about...
But you're breaking through boundaries, aren't you? Which for me, I'm just like, should have been broken through so many years ago.
It's the fans that have literally made this experience kind of like profound as well. Like I said, it's about the people.
So let's talk about this, because this is the part that just... When I was just blown away. I was blown away.
Yeah.
I was blown away by the artwork
Yeah.
that you have been sent around the world, from around the world.
It's incredible.
and the fact, like, let's talk about this Skype call that you had with children.
Yes.
Please. Don't let me say, you say.
So there's this wonderful woman who works at school in New Delhi, India, and she contacted me over Instagram and saying that she basically taught at school for girls, and they're from quite a rural area, and they really absolutely love Harry Potter and they love Hermione, and they wanted to know whether we could have a Skype call, and I was like, yeah, of course. So we arranged it. I got up like at stupid o'clock in the morning.
And for an actress, that just doesn't work.
So I was like, okay, let's just wash my face and let's just be present for these girls. And it was just absolutely amazing. Like one of the young girls, like she sang Let It Go. And like they wrote cards and you know, and while she was there, she took pictures of the Skype call and stuff, so that I put that out on social media, and they were asking me questions about the show and what it's like to play Rose, and they, you know, because what they experience in India is colorism, like quite deeply as well. So for them, it was really important to see, you know, a woman of color, you know, aspiring, you know, being in positions of power, being bold, being intelligent, and being unapologetic. Being in one
of their favourite stories.
And being in one of their favourite, because they absolutely, they love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So that was really, really moving. And I think the whole kind of fan art thing came from connections like that over social media. That's when I'm like, yeah, social media is giving back. I mean, we already had the power, but it's realising how we use that power for good, how we use these social platforms to inspire other people.
Of course.
Okay, I have a responsibility. I have a responsibility because I've got lots of nieces and nephews, and I've got lots of godchildren, and I want them to feel proud, like when they get to my age, like it's just a normal thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like what we've got to shift is our social consciousness. And what we've got to shift is, and check in with, is our unconscious bias of when, even my own, you know, like, and I think art and performance art is so powerful in doing that, because it means we're having to connect with images and we're kind of having to sit with how it makes us feel. So I decided, I created Fan Art Friday on my my social media platform.
Fan Art Friday.
Yeah, hashtag Fan Art Friday.
Hashtag Fan Art Friday.
So literally when the pictures came out of both Rose, Scorpius and Albus, and people then got inspired, like one of the first images I got was from a beautiful image of someone from Disney actually, and they had drawn a picture and then tagged me in it, and I was just, that was the first time I'd seen that, and it of like an interpretation of Rose, and it really took me aback that literally someone felt so inspired to draw an image of her. So I was like, okay, let me share that. And then I started to find more images. Let me share those. And I was like, okay, I'm going to create Fan Art Friday.
Because J.K. Rowling's also said that you just brought Rose to life.
Well, yeah, like
on her Twitter, she actually said, yes, you know, you just kind of was everything. I think bossy and fun.
Yeah, and, like she's assertive, she's intelligent, and she did not go to Hogwarts to mess about. Do you know what I mean?
I love that.
She did not go to Hogwarts to mess about. It's like, you know, everyone can relate to that. You know, when you're so determined to, you know, to want to be the best that you can be, and that's all that she wants to do. You know, and she's got a good heart.
And that's you.
Oh.
What do you say? What's your saying about life?
Live your best life.
I love that.
Live your best life. Yeah.
Like in any moment, and whatever you're doing, live your best life.
Do it with joy.
I love that.
Do it with joy and enjoy yourself.
So there's a few of us that are out there being accepted, having these roles, getting these opportunities, but then kind of behind the scenes, there's this lack of support. Like we're discovering that, you know, things might not be in place. So you've done something about that, haven't you? You've discovered that there's this lack of support. Yeah, I've done my research. You're a creative hustler.
Yeah.
I've checked you out. But you've created something, haven't you? Tell us about Black Dress, please.
Okay, so Black Dress is both myself and my sister friend Charlene Smith. I have to give her a shout out. We're the founders of Black Dress. But ultimately, this ain't nothing new. this isn't anything new. There's been kind of like meetups or circles of black women actors who have been coming together for years. But there is a need for support because, I mean, just going through life being a black woman, as hard as it is, I think, and then with the extra pressure of being an artist and being an actor and being underrepresented is another kind of form of oppression. And we realised that we needed a safe space to talk about the things that are affecting us.
Without being judged.
Without being judged, to explore these things collectively. And I always feel that whenever women get together anyway, it always moves to a place of healing. It always moves to a place of healing, like whatever it is that we're going through will always come out in some way, and like there'll be another woman to give advice. And what I love about Blacktress is that it's intergenerational. Like, I absolutely pay homage to those that have come before me because, like I say, I'm just here for like a little minute. You know, like Mona Hammond, I was talking to you about her earlier, and you know, there's a bunch of these elders, and for me, if it wasn't for those kind of bonds and relationships of like older actresses who are a lot more experienced and have so much to offer, that I can call them up when I'm going through a difficult time or I just need advice, and they're always at the end of the line and to kind of just cheer me on. Like,
so that's what you've created with Blacktress, though, haven't you?
I feel like
space
it's
where
a
people...
space. That's literally that's it. Charlene and I are just the custodians of a space. We've got 2 projects at the moment. So we've got A Seat at the Table, inspired by Solange's album, of course. And it's basically our table, and we do a takeover of a restaurant where we sit down and we meet other black actresses and we talk and support one another. That's literally it.
And you're not just having a seat at the table, having a chat, discussing the things that are not working for you. You're making notes of this because you want to go one step further with it, don't you?
So the idea is that we're really, really obsessed with documenting stuff. So that's why we've got like our Instagram, we've got our blog. We're at the moment in talks with like academics because we'd love to put together like an actual document that kind of fits in line with the conversations around diversity, but specifically around black women, around for everything that we're going to formulate. So that's for later on down the line, but for the moment it's kind of
this space.
It's a space.
Is it just for black actresses?
Yeah, this is for black women actors. Yeah, so those that are of the African diaspora and self-define as being an actress and self-define as being woman, whatever that is. Yeah. So.
And what about when people turn around and say to you, "Well, do you think that's right, or do you think that's wrong, or what do you how would you answer that?
It is right, and it just means that I believe that everything isn't for everybody.
Okay.
And that's okay. And actually, rather than us feeling as though that we've got to be all the same, that actually we're all different and we celebrate our differences. Even in Blacktress, we are not a monolithic group. We all come from different backgrounds, people from like different parts of, their heritage from different parts of Africa, different parts of the Caribbean, different parts of South America, wherever they're coming from.
And again, that's different cultures, isn't it?
Yeah, different religions, different sexual orientations. It's whatever it is, we are not one in the fact that we have one experience. We have many stories. And I think that's okay. We shouldn't be scared of that. We shouldn't be scared of difference. We should be celebrating difference because actually it's our own personal power.
So all over your social media, you call yourself a creative hustler. I love that. Creative hustler. Talk to me. Tell us.
Okay, so when you've got to write down your profile and you think, okay, what do I put down? And then I started to write down lots of slashes, and I was like, oh, do you know what?
What, like creative slash?
No, I was going to put
cool
it like
slash.
it was like actor slash, because I haven't made it in a long time, but I used to make jewellery as well, so textile jewellery. So I was like jeweler slash movement artist slash writer. I just was like, you know what, let me just put down creative hustler, because I honestly believe that we don't have linear careers, that especially if you're a freelancer and you're an artist.
Yeah.
I believe that if you're a creative, it manifests in lots of different ways.
Yeah.
And like, having Caribbean parents, like I've seen both my mum and dad hustle, man.
So we saw each other a couple of weeks ago and at the time we had the Grenfell fire that happened,
Yeah.
and it really hit you.
Yeah, man.
It hit you deeply. Do you mind if we kind of just
No.
talk about why? Because I think your dad was in a very similar situation. Do you want to... This is last year, isn't it?
Yeah, this is just over a year ago.
This is the time that you've just got Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden this has happened in your life?
Yeah, it's like 2nd of January, 2nd of January. What's so, in terms of synchronicity, what's so odd is the night before I was actually telling my friend about my dad and his scars on his body and how he got them. And I was telling him about the fire that he was in. And then it was the following day that we saw those just awful images of, of chaos. I think for me, it just made me be really... I felt really sad, but also really thankful for my dad's life. So my dad was in a gas explosion in tower block. So he was on the 14th floor, social housing. Long story short, the whole family was there rolling and putting on tiles and sorted dad out, made sure he was back in his home safely. And then I had to go to London and go and be 12 years old, going to Hogwarts.
It's incredible that you're like, you have to play a 12-year-old and I just love the fact you just
I
go
know.
from... But how do you switch? Because that's really traumatic.
It's not about switching, I don't...
Or use it.
Yeah, so I think for me, I really use my creativity as, like I say, like your difference is your personal power. Embrace that. Wave your freak flag, man. Wave that freak flag. I'm really proud of the fact that I'm from Birmingham. I'm from a Caribbean household. I'm from, working class people who came here. I've had to literally work from the ground, from nothing, and make a mark for themselves. So it means that my achievements are worth even more.
And it's these joys and these highs, isn't it? You've got Harry Potter, joy, Dad.
Yeah.
It's like life at that moment is giving you the complete polar opposite of what it has to offer.
Yeah,
and you just dealt with it.
That's it. I mean, as soon as something, I always say that in terms of polarity, like whenever something kind of big happens, in terms of moving you forward or kind of blossoming for you, there's always gonna be some kind of resistance. It meant so much that when my dad was actually able to come and watch the show, it was...
I just hit my microphone, I'm going to get told off by my cameraman. That's just beautiful.
Yeah, when he eventually came with my sister to watch the show, it meant even more,
And how is Dad?
Yeah, he's great, man. He's in his gardening, enjoying the sunshine when it's out. Yeah, he's cool.
Beautiful.
He's cool. He's
gorgeous.
He's really thankful for life.
So, Cherrelle, what's next for you?
What's next?
Yeah, what's happening now? I know you've got lots of filming going on, but what's next for you?
What's next? Okay, so I'm back in Brum at the moment. I'm filming Doctors.
Okay.
So,
for
yeah.
BBC?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Which is nice. Being, it's like a homecoming, getting to work in Brum. Yes.
And you get to see your family.
Get to see my family.
So you work, get paid, enjoy yourself, do you do, and see your family.
Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant.
And I'm doing an episode of Silent Witness. Literally just yesterday we were at Tallowa doing Tallowa First, which is a scratch night of new plays that have been put on. We do a segment of a play, and we got to perform my friend's play, which was just amazing because of her journey. So I have to be able to shout you out. I'm, making things with people that I love. Like I'm creating art with people that I really love and telling stories that are really important. And that's it, really.
Amazing.
I'm doing. I'm at the Lyric Hammersmith as of from August. So I'm very excited about that.
So we're good. We're keep going.
We're kind of pushing forward. We're spreading. We're telling stories. We're
sharing our journey.
Yeah, living life. Yeah. I get so inspired by like art, so I hope that I'm inspiring other people as well.
I think
with what I'm doing, so.
I think you are. I don't think you understand how inspiring you are.
Okay.
And especially to little girls in India and things like that. Right.
And I told you about the girl that went as Rose Granger Weasley for World Book Day. Yeah.
How old?
I think she's like 7. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. I was like, a little girl went as me for World Book Day. That's so cool. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So those are the kind of things I say when it's about the people and the connections that has made it absolutely profound.
Yeah.
And that's the power that I suppose that J.K. Rowling has in the world that she's created.
Yeah. Great, absolutely.
Yeah, brought people together.
So is there anything that you would like to share with our audience?
As I say, live your best life.
Live your best life.
And really, yeah, like I say, wave your freak flag. You know, define who you are for you first. Let that be for you first. Don't let anyone put a label on you. You know, that's it really. And let whatever personal struggle you're going through, let that, it's not defining who you are at all, but it's preparing you for what's next.
Everything's a training ground, right?
That's it. It's preparing you for what's next, and it's going to be great. It's actually going to be great. So just trust and believe and have faith in yourself.
Beautiful. Yeah. Cherrelle Skeete, you are gorgeous, amazing,
thank you,
phenomenal, and so much fun.
We've had fun, haven't we?
We've had so much fun. Thank you so much for coming on platform.
Thank you.
You must keep coming back though.
Okay.
Because we want to keep hearing your stories and you know where you're going to end up and what's going to happen. But yeah, pop back into platform anytime. There will always be a seat for you.
Wicked. Thank you so much.
Much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, that's Platform, people. The purpose of Platform is to inspire, share, entertain, support, and encourage you to dream big. Continue pushing that rock up the hill, even though your terrain is saying no. I have a few more journeys to share with you, so keep following Platform on Instagram at Platform Inspires, and I promise I won't keep you waiting too long. See you soon. Bye.
No, I never thought I'd feel this way. And you picked me up and now we're flying away, yeah. connection, different direction. Oh, this is perfection. Come on, clap your hands, yeah. Come on, come on, clap your hands, yeah. Come on, clap your hands, yeah. Come on, clap your hands, yeah. 1, 2, 3. 'Cause you're my light, yes, you're my light, you're my light, yes, you're my light, you're my light, yes, you're my everything. 'Cause you're my light, yes, you're my light, you're my light, yes, you're my light, you're my light, yes, you're my everything. You're my light, yes, you're my light, you're my light, yes, you're my light, you're my, yes, you're my everything. 'Cause you're my, yes, you're my, yes, you're my, 'cause you're my, yes, you're my, yes, you're my, yes, you're my everything. 'Cause you're my, yes, 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 you're my everything. 'Cause you're my light, yes, you're my light, you're my light, yes, you're my light, you're my light, yes, you're my everything. Doing what you do, doing what you